Hey, what up, guys? We're late. Sorry.
Our bad.
It wasn't our fault.
What's going on, everybody?
We're here, though.
What's going on?
We're going to wait just a couple minutes to get people to log back on. We noticed some people kind of went offline because they didn't know if we were going to actually be on here today.
Facts.
Because we technically said 12:15, but, we're on CP time.
Deal with it. Deal with it. We ain't going to apologize about it.
We're worth the wait. We're worth the wait.
I hope so. But basically, yeah, we're going to be talking about NBA stuff here in a little bit when everybody comes to...
NBA awards to be,
Sorry,
more...
I'm going to give my thoughts on that whole thing. But yeah, the NBA awards.
That's what this is all about.
Whatever.
The title is NBA Awards 2019. I just want to point out that I have a producer back here checking my sound. That's how late we were. We wanted to make sure we got out at some kind of time here.
But what's up, everybody? How you guys doing? What's up, people? What's good? High Tech Washi. Is LeBron the GOAT? Jackie's not on set, so we can't answer that question.
We're not talking LeBron James because he wasn't at the awards. So.
But he's the GOAT, right, Britt?
No. MJ all day, all day. I did find a way to actually include MJ in this topic, so we will be talking a little bit about Michael Jordan.
Of course.
Hey, when you're the GOAT, you have to be mentioned every possible time the NBA is mentioned.
Well, according to them, LeBron's the GOAT, so he's being mentioned as well.
She is not Britt. I actually am Britt. I don't know if I look different today. My hair's different.
Then who is this?
I am Britt.
Who is this then?
Put your glasses on,
there you
baby
go,
boy.
Look, there you go. Marcel's saying Britt is the GOAT. So you'll take that one?
Oh, yes, I will
All right,
take
so
that.
That one's accepted.
What up?
Sports nerd, boo Knicks. Okay, boo him up. Boo him up. What's up, CK? It's me back from Bucks. Oh, what's up, man? How you doing? Hello. Kobe's the GOAT. We disagree with that.
Okay. Somebody said they are the GOAT. James Harden is the league MVP.
Okay.
Well, he's not.
Well, sadly.
And we will be talking about that today. We will be talking about that. And we also have some awards to give away ourselves.
We have our own, yes. We do. Sorry we don't have trophies for you guys.
Yeah, we had Fumble trophies. I don't know where they went. Somebody threw them away.
We'll put them in the cloud.
Yeah.
There you go.
People don't actually want the actual trophies anymore anyway.
Right.
So.
It's about the clout these days,
They just need a hashtag about themselves.
Right.
Hashtag so-and-so won this award.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So do that. That's up to you guys. On hashtag.
Yeah, because we got some hashtags. We got a Never Lost award coming.
We do have a Never Lost.
We got
by
a
LeVar.
You'll Get 'Em Next Time award.
Mm-hmm.
We got a Most Improved Personality. And we got a Biggest Curve.
Biggest Curve award. We'll see.
Yeah. Do people still say curve, or was that?
I still hear it. I still hear it. It might be outdated, but I still hear it, so
cool.
I'll count it.
That's all that matters. We matter.
Right.
Fumble lives.
Fumble lives.
All right.
All right. You
can we get into this now?
Yeah, let's just jump into it.
Because we got a lot to talk about, and we are actually on a time constraint today because other people got to get in the studio. We are sharing people. So we are actually going to go through first the awards that happened last night.
Facts, yeah.
How we feel about who won and see where that takes us. So we'll start just real quickly. We'll just go over the other awards that we're not really going to get into. Lifetime Achievement Award obviously went to Bird and Magic.
Love that speech by
House
Bird.
of Highlights Moment of the Year, the D Rose moment when he scored the 50. Of course, hands down, that should have won. That actually was an award voted by the fans. So if you guys took part in that, I voted for him for that.
Vote. Smart vote.
The NBA Cares Assist Award went to Bradley Bill.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Good for him.
He was helping out that school.
So.
Okay.
Right.
The NBA Sportsman and Teammate of the Year award. This was the first time they actually did these awards, and the same person won both of them. It was Mike Conley. I'll be talking a little bit later about his little outfit.
His fit.
But we'll get into that later.
We'll see.
Congrats on the awards, though. Let's get into this with the NBA Coach Award because I actually got a lot of these correct. But this one was one that I did not get right because I picked Doc Rivers to win. And you said you weren't
I said I'm cool with Mike Budenholzer winning.
Why though?
Because he jumped the team from wherever they were last year, 4th place to 1st place. He single-handedly not single-handedly, Giannis has a lot to do with it, but he
Giannis,
was able to.
captain of one of the teams and went on to win NBA MVP.
But he also schemed the game to go around Giannis Antetokounmpo, the sixth man of the year.
We had 2 6-men.
Facts. There you go.
But like, I feel like Doc was able to get not only the Clippers in the playoffs this year, but play against healthy Warriors. We played the best game against a healthy Warriors during this playoff series. Yes, the Raptors did win, but they also had two of their top guys not playing that were playing when we played against the Clippers. Yeah. Clippers came back from down 31 points to win a game against the Warriors. And this is with not one All-Star. Like, most people can't even name most of the guys that were on this Clippers roster. None of them were All-Stars. That's a whole different topic. Yeah, they weren't.
Sorry. So, no, you're right. I'm not disagreeing with you.
Even like, I mean, at the time of All-Star, Tobias Harris was still on the team. I thought Tobias was a snub as well. But I think just Doc did so much more with so much less, and in the more competitive Western Conference.
Yeah,
so especially I think there was a moment actually right after the award was announced, like Doc had made like this little stink face. I don't know who he was looking at or talking to, but then he saw the camera was on him and then he smiled.
He's like, hey, nothing. You guys saw nothing.
But I think it was a surprise of.
And I could please fact check me. I'll take it. Comments, let me know. But even in the votes, I don't even think he got second. He was third behind Mike Malone from Denver.
I didn't check. And you know what I actually think had to do a lot with is a lot of people in the league and the media and whoever, they don't like Doc Rivers because he argues with refs all the time. He's always getting in beefs with it. And that's like the whole team. But the whole team, I think that's what made them good this year is because the Clippers, before the old school Clippers, I think they used that and it negatively affected them.
Correct.
But with this team, it made them more hype and made them want to like grit and get it in more. So I think with this bunch of guys, it was effective. But I do think that could have negatively affected the voting because a lot of other teams don't like the Clippers because they feel like they're always arguing with people or arguing about plays and calls and whatever.
I just think with the politics in the NBA, you know, how because the other two guys that were up for Coach of the Year next to Doc were two guys that got teams that were not in first place last season, got into first place. So obviously that makes them the more attractive selection. I'm only fighting you because you're Clippers, but honestly, if we were talking about Doc Rivers right now, I would have thought that would have been a big deal because, like you were just saying, by the trade deadline, when he moved Tobias and all these other guys, everyone was talking about how they needed to lose, and they should lose so they get their pick because they wanted their pick because it's supposed to be such a valuable draft this time.
Yeah, we didn't even have a first round pick this year.
Right, because they made it for the playoffs because they showed what their priorities were, which is why they might get the guy that just won the NBA Finals because of things like that. So
it's a marathon, not a sprint.
Definitely is a marathon, not a sprint.
So let's go on to most improved player.
No complaint here.
Spicy P won it. I mean, I picked him winning.
Me too.
And just because of the fact that I think, like, obviously he really showed himself in the playoffs and did a great job in the playoffs. But these awards aren't picked by the playoffs. However, during regular season, he still doubled his numbers from last year. I think De'Aaron Fox, I think he played obviously better than he did the year before, but I think it's like, oh, well, the year before was your rookie year and you were kind of getting all your stuff out, like, you know, and then naturally you're going to improve.
Make a jump the next year.
D'Angelo Russell, I think that he
close.
I think he met his potential finally because let's not forget this guy was drafted second overall.
100%.
So I think he was playing not at his potential before, and now he got moved places. Obviously last year would have been a time for him to kind of get his stuff together and figure out in a new spot, and then this year would be
just in a better situation. You know, he jumped in being an all-star for the first time this year. I think it was close, but I think, like you were just saying, even if we did this the day after the regular season, I think Spicy P would have still walked away with it. But yeah, to me, the De'Aaron, and he did great. But he was rookie last season. You're gonna make a jump, especially as a starting point guard for a team. That's gonna happen.
And he didn't make a huge jump, like you saw, like we saw with Spicy P with his numbers all across the board doubled.
We were talking about he was like the second best option on the team. There was conversations for that throughout the season. So
and he was able to do that on a team that had a lot of other pieces of their puzzle, and he was still able to shine in those moments with like guys like Danny Green and Kawhi, and you know what I mean. Like he was still able to double his numbers and do all of this, you know.
No complaints.
Defensive Player of the Year. I actually originally chose Paul George for this.
PG.
Rudy Gobert won back-to-back, second time, which is so interesting to me that he can be a 2-time Defensive Player of the Year, plus the year before that he led the league in blocks. This year he was 3rd in blocks. He has never been an All-Star.
Nope.
Isn't that so interesting? And this kind of makes you think, though, like there's something in voting or something that's happening with either the awards for the NBA or All-Star that maybe we need to change.
His game's just not sexy enough, is what it is. I'm not. I think he should have been All-Star, but that with the NBA.
But it's so weird to say a guy that's back-to-back Defensive Player of the Year has never been an All-Star.
Yeah.
You know, like it's just so weird to say that.
But then the other 2 guys were.
Yeah, the other 2 guys were All-Stars.
Obviously,
I feel like Paul George and Giannis are both better two-way players. Like all Rudy does is rebound and block, which is which like Paul George also adds the factor of like he led the league in steals this year, you know, so like he adds a whole different thing. And I think him and Westbrook together, like he was like 1st in steals, Westbrook was 4th in steals this year, so I think they had a better defensive combination. So that's why I kind of look towards just like, oh yeah, of course Paul George, because I know those 2 together were just like more fun to watch defensively, you know. But congrats to Rudy Gobert. I hope he does make an All-Star, because it would be sad to have a career where it's like, I was this and I've never been an All-Star.
Yeah.
Maybe he needs to make friends more with people.
DJ, that too. DJ went through that for a little bit until he finally made his All-Star, because he was up there always running runner-up for Defensive Player of the Year, and then finally got it, but then wasn't an All-Star until later in his career.
Next, we have 6th Man of the Year. Lou Will won. I mean, back-to-back again.
Who was even runner-up? Because that, to me, that was a runaway. I mean, his own teammate,
and that is like crazy Sabonis. To have 2 guys that like could fill that spot and both be great. And every time they both came onto the court, it was like a game changer, you know? Like, and Lou Will actually led the league in points off the bench and stuff. So I think
that's a no-brainer.
Yeah,
dude almost made an All-Star
team. His 2nd time in a row. Yeah.
For anybody who voted against him, they literally just must have a problem with the Clippers and Lou Williams, because that would make no sense if anybody else won that award.
Okay, Rookie of the Year, Luka.
He got it over Trae Young, who's a lot of people's favorite, even though he played well.
Trae Young actually had better, I think, overall like stats than Luka did. Yeah. But he wasn't as like. He didn't do as much. I don't know.
It took him a while before he got to that point, though, because his first 2 months he was a rookie. But when Doncic came out, he was just firing all cylinders from point blank.
Yeah, and I think a lot of people actually have said, well, I think people just automatically went with Luka because the story was already written that he should have been.
And then he averaged 20 points per game, so it's like, all right.
Well, and he had the 25-5, which there's only 3 other players in NBA history to ever do that.
In the rookie year.
LeBron James, Michael Jordan, and Tariq, you know what I mean? So it's like, with those guys, it's like, oh, of course this guy should be it. But I mean, Trae Young, I think that was a close call between those 2. I think they both played well. Yeah. Luka just kind of came out of nowhere. And he's like, not out of nowhere. He was already good. We already knew he was going to be good.
But because it was a question mark. Exactly. The thing is, neither team made the playoffs, you know, so it's like you said, it was a toss-up either way. You know, it's not like one had that much of a better record than the other one. I get it. Luka plays in the West. But either way, like, if we were here talking about, same thing with the Coach of the Year thing, if we were here talking about Trae Young, we would have been saying the same thing, because Luka had all this and all that.
Right.
He could have won it too, so I'm cool with that
one too. And drum roll to the top. Most valuable player.
MVP.
Went to Giannis. One interesting thing I want to point out. Did you know 4 of these guys are not from America?
I was hearing about that. No, I didn't know that until I looked at the thing. Yeah, I was hearing about that.
Yeah, so 4 of these winners were, 4 of the, 6 big ones were
Rudy,
not from
Pascal, America. Giannis, and Luka, facts.
And the winner of the whole thing, NBA champions, are from Canada. So it is international ball taking over.
Yep. And I like it. I love it. That's only going to add to the popularity of the sport, and it's gonna. I'm excited for it. I'm loving all of it.
So there was an interesting tweet that
oh boy.
the Rockets posted after the thing. They totally Kanye Wested Giannis and said, I'm going to read this. It says, congrats to the new MVP, but we respectfully disagree. James Harden finished top 2 in MVP voting 4 out of the 5 seasons. It doesn't matter. We're only working about this season. That's all we care about. First player in NBA history to average at least 35 points per game and 7 assists per game in a single season, and scored 40-plus points 28 times this season, 50-plus 9 times, and 60-plus twice. Nobody cares.
I was just gonna say, like, good for him. Congratulations, James Harden. You're doing well.
But they also only, compared to the Bucks, only won 53 games.
Exactly.
And the Bucks not only won 60 games this season, but they led the league in point differential between games on winning games. So, or points per game. So, what are you trying to say? And I just felt like from a franchise
their whole Twitter.
Petty.
It wasn't like an inside source. It wasn't a coach. It was the damn Houston Rockets Twitter.
Actual Twitter page said that. Like, the disrespect is like out of this world. And Giannis is such a likable guy. Like, everybody loves this guy. He was the guy that, as a captain of one of the teams, said, I want to put these 2 guys on the same team so they can be friends. You know?
He wants to make them,
Like, stop it. Like, how could you be mean to this guy? And then if you watched the awards, he was just in tears. Like, it's been all over. But it was really sad that they were so harsh on him.
And it's acting like James Harden didn't get last. Get out.
Yeah, he won last year anyway. Like,
barely, too.
Granted, he did have better stats this year, but his team didn't do as well as they did last year.
Exactly.
So
Exactly.
It doesn't really matter. I don't know.
Miss me with that one, Houston.
And
I
then,
apologize.
like, they want to talk about numbers and stuff, but weren't they the ones trying to pitch him over Russell Westbrook? Because they're like, it's not about getting all the triple doubles for the season or whatever. You can't like go back and try to say what you went against with somebody else on. Mm-hmm. Okay, so let's get back. So you're good with Giannis?
Yeah, MVP? No doubt. I mean, I was hoping for Paul George, but he kind of fell off towards the end of the season.
After All-Star, I think, a little bit.
Yeah, but I was completely fine with Giannis taking that one for sure.
All right, so let's move to some NBA awards moments. We're going to go back to the Mike Conley.
Yeah.
And his outfit.
And
like,
looking back at it.
What in the Belle Biv DeVoe was going on here?
God, that's an insult to even them. That's even an insult to them, man.
I just okay, like the top isn't like that bad.
And that's all I saw. So I'm like, when you were telling me, I'm like, what are you talking about? His fit was good. He had the glasses, the hair was back.
And then him trying to walk up the stairs with those pants on. And then he just had that open zipper that just like looked like you might have accidentally snagged your like sack with it. I don't know if I can say it. I'm sure I can say though. I did though. Sorry guys.
No,
but like it was so. I just can't.
Because all I saw was the top.
And they're just so tight, and then his little hips.
Those socks looking had more breathing room than the whole damn pants.
Dude, you've been in the league for 12 seasons. Why are you dressed like a rookie?
Like you a rookie, yeah. And
why are you dressed like? And the young guys were dressed nice. R.J. Barrett was dressed very nice. Giannis was dressed like all these young guys were suited. Suits fit them nice, not too tight, not too loose. And then he comes with these little like skin tight.
Looking like he wearing his younger brother's pants. Those pants, man, high water is what they called them back in the day. All I know is I hope that Utah, they have a little bit more of a fashion sense over there. I don't know much about Utah, but let me tell you, man, Memphis let them loose with those little baby pants.
Yeah. So speaking, we were kind of just roasting, but there was a roast that went on during Hassan Minhaj. Mm-hmm. Hope I said did I say his name right?
Minhaj, right?
Minhaj.
Yeah, I think that's how it is.
Sure, whatever.
I've been calling him Hassan Minhaj because it was just easier, but
Minhaj. Okay.
But no.
Well, he actually did a little roast before announcing Defensive Player of the Year. I mean, this is an awards show. Every award show has a roast. Shaq did a roast earlier in the show. It wasn't like as extensive as this guy. This guy's a comedian. He has a Netflix special. He did his little roast. People were not feeling it. People weren't laughing, and I just thought it was so weird. Why was the NBA being so stuffy? And they're like, I can't believe you said that. And don't talk about James Harden. Like,
that was the best one. The James Harden
one was the funniest one. But he also talked about LaMelo Ball. Like, overtime was just like, how dare this loser say something? And I'm like, you're supposed to roast during award shows. Like, if not, there's no point in watching an award show, I feel like.
Well, if you haven't seen it, here's some of it.
except Kyle Korver. He's been traded 6 times tonight. But look at all these superstars here tonight, right? Look at them. Luka, Trey, Giannis. I was looking around for James Harden, but in classic playoff fashion, he didn't show up. But in the past 2 months, AD got traded.
I mean, I thought it was great. Even we actually did a Fumble video that included it when he was talking about LaMelo Ball. And in the comment section, they were just like, he went too far. And I was like, nothing he said was sexist or racist or...
In the video, our video?
Yes. They said that when they watched that, they said that Hassan had went too far.
How's that too far?
And I'm just like...
It was wrong. As in, like, he's going to be in the NBA, but at the same time,
it's funny.
I'm about to say, what was too far about it?
And then that's what I was just like, why are you worried? And LaMelo had made a comment about it. Like, you guys got to check out that video about it. But I'm like...
He's going to be in his feelings. He's a little kid. That's understandable.
Oh, gosh. Yeah. We have some awards for...
We do. For some folks.
To give out?
Yeah,
yes.
I have 2. Britt has 2.
Let's do yours first.
Yeah, I'll do mine first. And speaking of LaMelo, thanks to your pops, LaMelo, because this first one has been sponsored by LeVar Ball, kind of, but not really.
Oh, gosh.
The Never Lost Award. And that one
what was that again?
Never lost. You got to see how nothing lost like that. It's a whole journey.
Wait, the Never Lost.
Yeah. Okay. Never lost. You get it. The Never Lost Award goes to Patrick McCaw of the now Toronto Raptors, but the then Golden State Warriors.
And what is he now?
This man went on a 3-peat. He had the nerve to take pictures with the trophy and everything. He did play a little bit in the playoffs. I'm going to give you that. You did play more than Jeremy Lin, who was over there cheesing with the trophy. You did play. But the man has been, he's undefeated, never lost. It makes sense.
He is going to be the new version of Robert Horry because Robert won 2 championships with the Rockets, then won 3 with the Lakers, and then went to the Spurs and won 2. 7 rings. This man got 7 rings.
But here's the thing, Britt. I can one-up it. You know how many years Patrick McCaw's been in the league?
3.
Never lost. Every year he's been in the league, he's gotten the championship trophy. This man is the GOAT. I don't know if Lakers looking like they're putting themselves together to win a championship. Go join the Lakers.
Just put him on your bench and you are going to
win.
That's
it.
He's that lucky.
Undefeated, never lost.
Because and then I'm sure the Cavs are kicking themselves in the butt because they actually had him earlier this year.
They could have won the
chip. Then cut him, and then the Raptors picked him up.
They blew it. That's on them.
Lucky man. Yep. What is your next award?
The next one is you get him next time award. You know, just like because Paul George.
It's the opposite.
Yeah, it's a complete other side. It's just you'll get him next time.
And who gets
it's going to Paul George, PG-13, and quite a few reasons. Okay. It starts with the same award show from last night. He was up for quite a few awards, 2 awards.
2. Defensive Player of the Year.
Lost.
NBA MVP.
Lost.
MVP.
Lost it. Yeah. Either one. Both of them. When you said he lost both of them. Yeah. He went away. But maybe next time. You had a good season this year. You're looking good. Defensive Player of the Year. One of the best 2-way players in the year. Maybe next time. Your time isn't up. But then also in the playoffs too, you went up against your boy Damian Lillard, and it's not only his team got bounced by he was the one guarding Damian Lillard with his game-winning jump shot.
3-4 inches taller than him.
Yeah. So again, losing again. But you know what, Paul George? You'll get him next time.
You still have time.
You'll get him next time. So I'm giving you you'll get him next time award. Paul George.
Next
PG.
year, what are you calling it? You think he's going? Oh, how about this? Do you think he's going to win a Defensive Player of the Year, an NBA MVP, or a championship first?
Ooh, the MVP one's going to be hard because a lot of people are going to be playing a little bit harder next season, so I don't know if that one's coming back. I think he can get the Defensive Player of the Year. I think that's still in the play. I think
so you think that's the first thing he's ever going to win?
Yes, I think that's going to be one of the awards he has the best chance to win.
All right, mine are going to be the most improved personality because this guy went from this and once he won a championship, another ring. He already had a ring, so I don't know why, but this is his ring. This is all him.
This is the one he did, yes.
And now he's this guy.
What it do, baby? Yeah.
Struggle. And I can hear the viewers across Canada going, oh no, not again, in that last minute or so. And instead, these guys refuse to say, oh no, not again.
They look prepared.
What a scene that is.
I mean,
That is the Larry O.B. as coined by Kawhi, and Kawhi.
He's already got the stogie.
Yeah.
I mean, he went from like, I don't know who to like Russell West. Like, he literally changed his whole personality.
Man.
He's taking pictures with Drake. He's making fun of himself.
Cigars,
like, got this
flying.
swags. Yeah, cigars, strippers, doing everything
man.
he can, living his best life.
He all of a sudden doesn't care that his girlfriend's being seen by public, bringing her around
Had her
everywhere.
on the bus.
Yeah.
Second deck, too.
Man.
I'm sure last time he was in a parade, she was just sitting in the bottom.
Or in the car in the back of the parade, in the back of the
in the police car, just following along.
Kawhi feeling brand new.
He the one now, and that's going to be good energy to bring to the Clippers.
I knew that was coming. I knew that's what was tying around.
You know. My second award is going to be the biggest curve of the awards because Giannis did this to his girlfriend. Watch this clip.
Giannis Antetokounmpo.
That's a rough one.
So,
that's the poor.
She went in for the kiss because and everybody you saw that went up for an award, they go kiss their girlfriend or their mom or whatever. Mm-hmm. She was like went in for the kiss, and then he was just like, "Hey, buddy, what's up?"
Yeah, and she sat down so fast.
And then he goes up on stage and thinks everybody, the janitor, his shoe cleaner, like everybody in the world, but did not think her. But it's so crazy because he's so openly in love with her on social media. He's always like, my queen, I love you forever, my one and only, always and forever. So like, I would get if he's just like not a public person, but he openly talks about her all the time. And then to be in that moment, and then it goes back to her on camera after, and she's like, smiling all big, like, oh, you ain't getting none tonight, honey. Forgot about me, really?
Man.
Like, what? Like, how do you curb your own girlfriend?
It was just so sad to watch live. I didn't know what I was seeing, and I saw the clip after again. I'm like, oh boy, rough.
Yeah, that was the first thing I saw, and then I was like, oh, he better get up on stage.
Say something about her.
He didn't say
a
nothing.
damn thing. Not one thing.
Not freaking thanked his sister-in-law, his baby cousin, like
all of his brothers. He got like 12 of them. Saying all of them by name, didn't even just drop he could have just said my girlfriend. My girl.
Yeah, that's it.
That's
it. Could have just done that. Final thoughts. How do we feel about the awards? Should we keep? This is the third season they've done the awards. Before, people just give their own little speeches. Usually the only speech you see is the NBA MVP award. So this I like because it brings light to the other awards and lets them say something. But what do you think? I mean, this year it was 2 hours. The 2 years before it was only an hour long. Right. Do we keep the awards? What changes would you make if you want to keep them? Or do we just get rid of them? When do we show them? After postseason, after regular season?
That's the question right there. I do like him. I unfortunately didn't get to see him in its entirety this year. I saw bits and pieces. Of course, I saw all the awards and stuff like that. I like it. Like you were saying, you get to see, the other half of it, the fun, the ha-ha, he-he's. I think Shaq did a good job from the little bit I saw. Personally, and you brought up a good point in the office, but personally, I would like to see it happen right after the season ends, like maybe that week in that little break that they have. But like Britt said, who's actually gonna be able to go? But at the same time, who actually went now when it was at the end of the season? So who knows?
NBA MVP, 3 guys were up for the award.
Only one showed up.
That's why I was like, if this fool don't win the award, he's the only one that showed
up.
Awkward
as hell. It's gonna be awkward. He brought the entirety of Greece with him, and if he had not won that award. But
George was up for 2, didn't show up.
Didn't show up. He was not confident he wasn't going to win.
Like,
but I think that's my thing. I would personally like to see it right after, because they always have that little break in between the regular season.
10 days before the playoffs start.
Right. So they can all convene somewhere, and for those who aren't going to make it, you can do call-ins. It's 2019. You can do like Skype if you're going to win, whatever.
Well, and that's what they do with the Pro Bowl now too. The Pro Bowl used to originally be after the Super Bowl. Now it's during that week that they have break, and it's the NBA. They can do whatever they want. If they want to make the NBA playoffs start 2 weeks instead of 10 days to make it so people can go to this award, and maybe have the awards literally the day after season. So then people, if they are going on vacation or whatever, the people that aren't playing in the playoffs, they can just get going or whatever the case. I don't know.
There's ways to do it. I just think it would make more sense. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And then for
the
some
guy
people,
does good. Because I almost was like, why is Kawhi not an NBA MVP?
Right,
but
exactly.
I'm just like,
But
he just had an amazing postseason. His regular season was good, but it wasn't,
And there's people that were not giving Spicy P his credit because he had such a great playoffs. So people say, oh, you're only getting it. Well, no, but
he
anyways.
actually did well in the regular season. But people forget. I mean, the regular season ended second week of April.
Oh, 3 months ago. It's
almost
about to be
July.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think that's my biggest thing. But I'm cool with the award show. I normally do like it. I
think it could have been shorter. Obviously, you didn't realize the long of the 2 hours that it was.
Right.
But I think it's a little too long. I mean, there's only like 6 awards that they're really giving out that people are making speeches on, 6, 7, But I liked it.
Other than that, I had no problem with it. Yeah, Shaq looked like he did a good job.
Do you like this or the ESPYs better?
This, I don't really watch the ESPYs anymore.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, the ESPYs I think have changed too. Like they're not as.
It's not as good as it used to be. A lot of the people, same thing though. A lot of the athletes and the people that were up, the ESPYs used to be a thing where they made their way out.
Used to go.
Not so
and
much
it's weird now too because now is the last couple years have been the first time that they've actually had it broadcasted on national. Local TV.
Yeah, that's so true.
As it's on ABC, but before that it used to just be on ESPN. But I think it's because the regular audience doesn't care about sports, unfortunately. It could just be on ESPN and the people that watch sports are going to watch it. You know, the viewership isn't going to change. I think the one year they had more viewers was when Caitlyn Jenner was getting an award, and that's because you get the whole Kardashian crowd. But last year kind of went back to normal, and they lost some of the views. And I think it all depends on. I think Drake should just host everything forever. Maybe
that's
Blake Griffin get up there and host too, because Blake was funny when he did that little snippet with Drake
and
with
Chris
the
Brown.
Cheetos and
Speaking of which, too, this is a side. I'm sorry. I had to mention this real quick. I'm pissed, LeBron.
I
don't know who it is.
Right now.
I don't know who it is. But why is Blake Griffin not in Space Jam 2? The only NBA player that can actually act and that would actually
he would be
that irritated
so
the hell
funny.
out of me. And sorry, I had to let that be known.
Maybe because Clay isn't going to do it. I don't think anymore.
Switch him.
And maybe Blake goes into that spot because Clay was supposed to be in it, but because of his injury, and they're shooting right now, pretty much. Obviously, certain scenes aren't going to be shot for maybe like a month or something, so it still has time to switch it up. But I would say get Blake in there for sure because I don't think Clay's going to be able to shoot it.
Come on, man, Anthony Davis. You seen his little oil commercial? He can't act. Anyways, I'm sorry, I had to bring that up. I'm sorry. It was just irritated that of all the names.
Welcome to the Space Jam. Okay, let's check some of these comments before we get out of here.
Wayne Walker, sorry. Will Knicks trade Knox? Hell no. Kevin Knox is here to stay. He's part. We actually have something going.
You're happy now.
Yes, because we actually have a
future. I was
so
happy for you when I watched the. I haven't seen you really since the draft.
Yeah, we didn't get it since the draft. Yeah.
I'm very happy for you.
And I hope we just don't mess it up. When we didn't trade for this, is not a Knicks show. I'm not gonna talk about it. But yes, I know that's not happening. Go ahead, Britt. There you go.
I mean, I don't know what else to say.
I thought you were reading one. I cut you off because I saw that and I was gonna fight him. I won't fight you.
Okay. I mean. Serious. That's all.
Yeah, pretty much everybody. LeBron James, Giannis MVP.
Stop talking about LeBron James.
Oh my goodness, and that's
because we're talking about Space Jam. I was like, why are they?
Oh yeah. Who's talking about LeBron James?
But I will say, Michael Jordan's Space Jam is going to be better than LeBron James's Space Jam. I've seen LeBron act, but LeBron can't act either. He was in Trainwreck.
He was all right.
He was playing himself.
Yeah, so he's gonna play himself again. So who
better play himself?
To
talk to cartoons
you act like Michael Jordan was the greatest actor too.
He should have won a freaking Oscar.
Oh, and that is where we end our live right there.
The Academy, where y'all at?
Oh,
actually, Space Jam 1 did win an Oscar for their soundtrack. Thank you very much. So it did. Space Jam did win an Oscar. Unfortunately, it was for R. Kelly's "I Believe I Can Fly."
Oh, yeah.
Space Jam did win an Oscar.
They did. I love Space Jam.
Okay,
no hate
let's
there.
see if Space Jam 2 can win an Oscar. Or anything.
End the show, Britt. Britt, end the show.
Okay.
End the show.
So thank you guys so much for tuning in. Let us know who you had with all the picks
all the awards
and stuff.
Yeah.
Make sure you guys follow us on Instagram because we are talking and doing more stuff on Instagram now. I actually had a poll yesterday, and most of you guys thought I was wrong on a lot of them, but I was right. So if you want to keep battling and trying to challenge me, I dare you on our Instagram at the Fumble Sports, and you guys can follow us on social media. Me at I am Britt Johnson.
CK2K everywhere.
And we'll see you guys next time. We don't know when we're going live again.
But we'll see you when it happens.
Yeah. Follow us so you can know when we're going to go live again. All right. Bye, guys.
Bye.